The land of social media is one that can bring out our worst insecurities. Marisol, the star of this story, knows this all too well, but she discovered something different. This story is The Gift of Insecurity. Storytime with Delia and Jade Assistant AI. Marisol used to dread the feeling of insecurity. It would creep in during the quiet moments, while she scrolled through social media, sat in meetings, or even looked in the mirror. The voice of doubt would whisper, "You're not enough. You'll never measure up." For years, Marisol tried to fight it. She filled her days with distractions, chasing achievements, compliments, and anything that could drown out the voice. But no matter how much she accomplished, insecurity would return heavier than before. One evening, Marisol sat alone, overwhelmed by the familiar weight of self-doubt. She had just left a networking event where she felt out of place, unsure of what to say or how to fit in. Instead of distracting herself, she closed her eyes and asked, "Why does this always happen? Why can't I escape this feeling?" A quiet thought came to her. Maybe you're not supposed to escape it. Maybe you're supposed to learn from it. Marisol let that thought settle in her mind. For the first time, she decided not to push the insecurity away. Instead, she sat with it, allowing herself to feel it fully. As Marisol leaned into the feeling, memories began to surface. She saw herself as a little girl, standing in front of her classmates, too scared to speak during a school play. She saw the moments when her parents unknowingly compared her to her siblings, leaving her feeling inadequate. It became clear to her. These feelings weren't new. They were echoes from the past. They didn't define who she was now. They were just remnants of old stories she'd carried for far too long. Marisol smiled softly as she realized something profound. She didn't need to fight her insecurity. She needed to listen to it. Insecurity was like a map, showing her the places where she had forgotten her truth. She whispered to herself, "I am enough. I am whole. I am learning." Every time she repeated those words, the weight of insecurity seemed to lighten. She understood that her "I am," the deepest part of her, was untouched by self-doubt. It was constant, steady, and infinitely powerful. Over time, Marisol began to welcome moments of insecurity. She didn't fear them anymore because she saw them as opportunities to reconnect with her true self. When she felt inadequate at work, she paused and asked, "What am I believing about myself right now? Is it true?" When she felt unworthy in relationships, she reminded herself, "I am love, and love flows to me effortlessly." When she doubted her abilities, she relaxed in her inner knowing, repeating, "I am capable of growth." She stopped wallowing in the negative feelings and started seeing them as messengers. Each time insecurity arose, it pointed her back to her "I am," helping her shed old stories and align with her truth. One day, while sitting in a cafe, Marisol overheard two women talking about their insecurities. One said, "I wish I could stop feeling like this." The other replied, "Same, I hate feeling weak." Marisol smiled to herself. She wanted to tell them, insecurity isn't weakness, it's a guide. It shows you where you need to heal. When you embrace it, you find your strength. But instead, she quietly sipped her tea, knowing her peace spoke louder than words. Insecurity didn't control Marisol anymore. It became a tool, a reminder to reconnect with her "I am" whenever she felt unsteady. She learned to lean into the discomfort, knowing it was temporary and that her inner knowing was eternal. Marisol realized that life wasn't about never feeling insecure. It was about learning to dance with insecurity, using it as a bridge back to her truth. And in that truth, she found freedom. Insecurity is not my enemy. It's my guide. It reminds me of where I've been and helps me remember who I am. I hope that Marisol's story helped you look at insecurity in a new light, as a gift rather than a burden. If you saw yourself in this story, leave a comment.